If you're watching this, don't scroll, because what happened in this classroom will shake you. It's not just about a haircut. It's about power, prejudice, and a mother's fury that no one saw coming. So before we start, make sure you hit that subscribe button because you won't believe how this story unfolds. The morning sun spilled through the half-closed blinds of Maplewood Elementary, painting thin golden stripes across the scuffed tile floor. The laughter of children echoed faintly through the hallway, mingled with the squeak of sneakers and the distant hum of a copy machine. It was an ordinary Thursday or so, everyone thought. In classroom 3B, Mrs. Anderson, a woman in her late 50s with tightly permed gray hair and the kind of sternness that came from 30 years of teaching, stood by her desk, watching her students settle in. Linda. Her eyes scanned the room until they landed on Amara Jackson, a quiet, bright girl with long, intricately braided hair that shimmered under the fluorescent lights. Amara was 10 years old, gentle, shy, and always polite. She loved reading mystery books and sketching dresses in her notebook when she thought no one was watching. But today, Mrs. Anderson's eyes narrowed when she saw Amara's hair. "Amara," she said sharply, "come here, please." The chatter in the room died instantly. Amara froze halfway to her seat, clutching her backpack straps. "Yes, Mrs. Anderson," she said softly. Teacher's lips pursed. "We've talked about this, haven't we? About the school's grooming policy?" A couple of kids snickered. Amara's face burned. "My mom said my hair is fine for school. She braided it for me." Mrs. Anderson sighed, the kind of sigh that made the air feel heavy. "Your mother may not have read the handbook carefully. The school's policy says no distracting hairstyles. These braids with the beads at the ends, they make noise, they draw attention." Amara instinctively touched her hair. "They're just beads," she whispered. "Take a seat for now," the teacher said curtly, waving her hand. "We'll deal with this after class." Throughout the morning, Amara couldn't focus. Her stomach twisted every time Mrs. Anderson glanced her way. When recess came, she didn't go outside. She sat in her chair, head bowed, doodling shapes on the corner of her paper to stop herself from crying. After lunch, when the class was doing reading time, Mrs. Anderson made a decision that would change everything. She stood, smoothing her floral blouse, and said, "Everyone keep reading quietly. I'll be right back." Then she turned to Amara. "You come with me?" Amara followed her into the hallway, confused and nervous. The teacher led her down the corridor to the small supply closet that doubled as the grooming area for art messes and quick cleanups. A pair of scissors, cleaning wipes, and a small electric razor sat on the counter. "Mrs. Anderson?" Amara's voice trembled. "What's happening?" The teacher closed the door behind them. "You can't go on distracting everyone with that hair," she said firmly. "I'm going to fix it for you. It'll only take a few minutes." Amara's heart dropped. "No, please. My mom," she said. "Your mother can thank me later," Mrs. Anderson said, already reaching for the scissors. "Sometimes adults have to make hard choices for children's own good." Amara backed away, tears welling in her eyes. "Please don't. My mom will be mad." Mrs. Anderson's tone hardened. "Sit down, young lady." When Amara didn't move, the teacher's hand gripped her shoulder and pushed her gently but firmly onto the chair. The sound of the scissors snipping through her braids echoed in the small room. Beads clattered onto the floor. Amara sobbed, unable to speak, her chest shaking with each breath. 10 minutes later, her long braids were gone. Her once beautiful hair was uneven, rough, and cropped close to her scalp. Mrs. Anderson looked satisfied, as though she'd done something noble. "There, now you look neat and presentable. You'll thank me someday." Amara couldn't move. She sat frozen, staring at the fallen beads on the floor like they were pieces of her heart. When she returned to class, everyone stared. Some kids whispered, others laughed. A few felt sorry but said nothing. Amara slid into her seat, face hidden in her arms. At 3:15, when the final bell rang, she walked out without a word. She didn't speak on the bus, didn't answer her friends' questions. She just kept her hoodie pulled tight over her head. By the time she reached home, her mother, Captain Vanessa Jackson of the Maplewood Police Department, was already there, still in uniform, reviewing reports at the kitchen table. She looked up and smiled when she saw her daughter. "Hey, sweetheart, how was school?" The words died on her tongue when Amara took off her hood. Vanessa's heart stopped. "Amara? What happened to your hair?" Amara's lips trembled. Air streamed down her cheeks as she whispered, "Mrs. Anderson, cut it." She said it was distracting. For a moment, the house was silent, and something inside Vanessa snapped. She stood so fast her chair toppled over, her hands clenched into fists. The calm professional officer vanished. What remained was a mother fierce, protective, and furious.
Did what?
Vanessa's voice shook. Amara started crying harder. She said she was fixing it. She didn't listen when I said no. Vanessa knelt, gently lifting her daughter's chin. "Did she touch you? Did she hurt you?" She cut my hair." Vanessa took a slow breath, forcing herself not to explode. Her training told her to stay rational, but her heart screamed for justice. "It's okay, baby. Mama's got you. You didn't do anything wrong." She stood, grabbed her phone, and called the school. "Maplewood Elementary. This is the front office," a secretary chirped. "This is Captain Vanessa Jackson, Maplewood Police Department," Vanessa said, her voice like ice. "Put Principal Harris on." Now. There was a pause, then a nervous shuffle. "Yes, ma'am. One moment." A click. "Captain Jackson." Principal Harris's voice came through, cautious. "How can I help you? Your teacher, Mrs. Anderson, assaulted my daughter today. She forcibly cut her hair."
"I want her suspended immediately. And I'm coming to the school right now,"
the principal stammered. "Wait! Let's not jump to conclusions." "I don't jump to conclusions," Vanessa said coldly. "I follow evidence. And I have a crying child with a butchered haircut who told me exactly what happened." She hung up. 15 minutes later, she was at the school, badge gleaming, uniform pressed, eyes blazing. Students and parents still milling around the pickup area froze as she stormed through the doors. "Captain Jackson," Principal Harris said, stepping out of his office, hands raised in a weak attempt at calm. "Please, let's talk. Where is she?" Vanessa demanded. "Where is Mrs. Anderson?" The teacher appeared from the hallway, her smile strained. "Captain Jackson?" "I can explain. You will not speak to me until I've finished," Vanessa snapped. "You laid hands on my child? You cut her hair? You humiliated her in front of her classmates?" Mrs. Anderson stiffened. Her hairstyle was distracting. Distracting to whom? Vanessa's voice echoed through the office. "To you? 2 children who've never seen a black girl wear her natural hair with pride?" The teacher's mouth opened, then closed again. Principal Harris tried to intervene.
"Let's calm down,
Vanessa said, her voice trembling with controlled rage. "If a teacher had touched a white child's haircut it without consent, 2D already have the police involved. So why is my daughter's body treated like property you can alter at will?" Silence. The weight of her words hung in the air like a storm cloud. Then Vanessa leaned closer to the teacher. "You didn't just cut her hair. You cut her confidence, her pride, her sense of self." Mrs. Anderson swallowed hard. "I was just trying to help you, help her remember this for the rest of her life," Vanessa said. Before the day ended, Vanessa filed an official report. Local media caught wind of it. By evening, it was trending on social media, #Justice for Amara. But that was only the beginning. Vanessa was about to uncover something far deeper than a haircut, something hidden beneath the surface of Maplewood Elementary. And as she soon learned, Mrs. Anderson's cruel act wasn't random. It was part of a pattern, one that had been ignored for far too long. And now, Vanessa Jackson wasn't just a mother seeking justice. She was a police captain about to expose a system built on silence. But what she didn't know is that someone inside the school would do anything to stop her.